Hello, friends. This is the program Empire of Lies, where we discuss manipulation and disinformation in the Russian media. Space as the new sacred ground. What Russian television is really selling Soloviev's Russian show is once again changing the map of war, this time in 3 dimensions. From a series of theses about the end of Start 3, orbital platforms, arrows of God, and hypersonic jumps, a coherent picture emerges. The coming war is not on the ground or in the air, but in space, and therefore all previous restrictions are meaningless. This isn't just a collection of fantasies and technical details, it's an ideological manifesto. It justifies the arms race, prepares audiences for the rejection of treaties, and legitimizes new escalation as the natural course of history. 1. Very New Start, disabling the safety caution. The first conceptual block is a demonstrative farewell to the regime of strategic restraint. The viewer is told that the US is already burying New Start by building up its submarines, missiles and bombers. Therefore, Russia is merely realistically stating the end of an era. The question, why haven't the Americans invested in strategic missiles for 50 years, is translated into the answer, because they're going into space. The rhetorical device is simple. If the adversary has moved to the next level, any previous agreements are declared obsolete. In other words, the audience is prepared to accept the absence of rules as the norm, and to accept that the West bears responsibility for this. 2. Space instead of treaties. Orbital bombers as moral amnesty. Next comes a technological cascade. Starlink is an integral element of the battlefield, hypersonic jumps for cargo transfers, God's arrows, tungsten rods supposedly comparable in effect to tactical nuclear weapons, and the X-37B as a prototype unmanned orbital shuttle. This entire technological showcase serves not an informational but a normative function. If they are already militarizing orbit, we are allowed to do anything on the ground. Space becomes not a constraint, but a justification. The result is a moral amnesty for further escalation. Old treaties are unworkable, new ones are impossible, and all that remains is an increase in force. And Trump is now trying to compensate for this lag to some extent by commissioning, he didn't say this, the Chief of the General Staff and the Minister of Defense said so at our Security Council meeting. New